38% Black, and 7% multiracial. 12% of the student population are English language learners, and 19% are listed as students with disabilities. The school receives 76% of them are free and reduced lunch, 18 different languages spoken, and 25 different countries of birth. Lots to celebrate at Crestwood. And as we soared high in 2025, I'm going to introduce the principal, Dr. Stephanie Nance.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. We bring you greetings from Crestwood Middle School. And so we are just super excited to come before all of you tonight to share the wonderful things that are happening at Crestwood Middle School. And so before we get started, I would really like to just take a moment to introduce some of my awesome team members, because the work that we do at our school is not work that is done in isolation. It truly does take a village. It truly does take a team. And so I'm very thankful and blessed to be surrounded by a group of professionals that each and every day, they give 300%. They're always active, present, on board to do what is needed to ensure the success of our school. So at this time, I would like to introduce them and for them to just wave and say hello. Starting with Melissa Callister, Assistant Principal. Claude Smith, Assistant Principal, and Martin Pasquarillo, Assistant Principal. So again, we are thankful to come before you tonight, and so we will begin our presentation. So at Crestwood Middle School, we are super excited that we regained our A rating for the 2025 school year. Let's give it up for our students and staff. And so, again, with 100 faculty and staff, including National Board Certified and Advanced Degree members, we are proud to share that our population right now is, actually when I completed this video, was just maybe a couple of weeks before, so we're around 725 students right now. And as you can see, the makeup of our population. And so at Crestwood Middle School, we are very proud to share and to say that our diversity is one of our strengths, and we really promote and encourage that at Crestwood Middle School. I call them our beautiful mosaic because you see them in every aspect of the school center, whether in the classrooms, in our high school courses, whether it's through athletics. Our students represent their school. And so, as you can see, with our ELL population, 12%, our students with exceptionalities, 19%, and right now we are at about 76% free and reduced. And as I said before, our diversity is our strength. 18 plus languages are spoken on our campus, and our students are from 25 different countries of birth. And so, yes, we soared high in 25 as Mrs. Wessel began for us, and we are just very proud of the accomplishments of our students and staff at Crestwood Middle School. So here's an opportunity for you to see exactly what those outcomes looked like in terms of our performance on the PM3 assessment. And so as we all know, or whether you're just new to understanding the metric system for the state of Florida, our students take 3 assessments. The third assessment, PM3, progress monitoring is what PM stands for, is the assessment that determines school accountability, hence school grades. So as you can see, in FY24, we were at 57% of our students meeting grade level standard and above. When you scale that out, that's considered level 3, which is meeting grade level standard. Level 4 is proficiency. Level 5 is mastery. So as you can see, we jumped 10%, 6 to 67% of our students meeting grade level standard and above, and that was in ELA. In mathematics, we also jumped double digits, 10% of our students meeting grade level standards and above in math. Continue with our civics end of course assessment, which is what the EOC stands for. This is just for our 7th grade student population, but as you can see, we experienced double-digit gains as well, from 57% to 67%. And then our 8th grade state science assessment, we increased 5%. Our algebra, from FY24 to FY25, we increased 6 percentage points. And for our, that should say geometry EOC, I apologize for that, we maintained a 100% passing rate from last year to this year. And so at Crestwood, we are truly committed to the growth of all of our students, as our beautiful illustration depicts before you, where our kids come in, they're young, they're babies, they're hatchlings, and then when they leave us to go on to high school, we hope that they are ready to fly, fly, fly. And so last year, I had the wonderful opportunity to present to this group the proportion of a year's growth, if you remember. And so one of the metrics that is very important when we are speaking about student accountability is growth. We want to understand the growth of our students. And so this illustration I shared with you before, and as you can see before you, with the ELA example, schools that fall on the 1.0 line made 1 year's worth of growth with their students. And ultimately, that's what you want, bare minimum. Bare minimum, you want to make a year's worth of growth with your students. So here in this example before you, schools significantly above the district average of 1.0 are coded in green, as you see with the example. And so you can see the first 2 schools had what we call a PYG, which is just the abbreviation for a proportion of a year's growth. In this example, their PYG was somewhere around 1.4, meaning that these students made more than 1 year's worth of growth. And so here are some of Crestwood's PYG highlights. And so as you can see, these are our rankings as compared to the 30-plus middle schools in the Palm Beach County School District. So when you look at our algebra, Crestwood ranked first out of all of the middle schools in Palm Beach County at 1.69. That means our students made just a little shy under a year and 3/4 worth of growth in 1 year. With our, yes, we're very excited about that. In our ELA, our English Language Arts, our students ranked 4th at performing over a year's worth of growth. Our geometry, as you can see, 1.86. So our students almost showed 2 years worth of growth in 1 year, and we ranked 5th in our district. And with our math, over a year's worth of growth for our math, and that placed us at a ranking of 6. And so, yes. Actually, we could clap almost through this entire presentation, but keeping it in. So we soared high in 25. Overall, Crestwood experienced a 78-point increase from FY24 to FY25. So as you can see before you with the chart that is also presented above, for middle schools, there are 9 accountability cells. Each accountability cell's value is 100 percentage points. So as you can see at the very bottom, those were our 2024 scores. At the very top in the red were our 2025 scores. The row in the middle shows the variance between the 2 years. So as you can see, ELA math, double-digit gains. Science, 5 points. Civics, double-digit gains. Acceleration includes our end-of-course assessments, our EOCs. It also includes our industry certification courses that we offer at Crestwood Middle School. And so as you can see, our students increased 20 points. And then we want to look at those learning gains. So the percentage, which is the 6th cell, the percentage making learning gains in ELA, as you can see, our students went up 6 points. In math, they went up 8 points. We did experience a dip in our low 25 making learning gains, but Crestwood is not unfamiliar to hard work. So we look at that simply as an opportunity to continue to grow and build with those students. And so also in math, our low 25 increased 7 points. And so, as I said, we had a 78-point increase. So we definitely soared high in 25. We not only made an A, we made a solid A. And so we're very, very proud of the work of our students and our teachers. And so our goals for this year. At Crestwood, this year is centered around Eagles empowering excellence. And so we will continue to work to increase the numbers of students who meet or exceed grade level standards on district and state assessments in all tested areas. We will continue to work to improve student learning gains in ELA and math. We will continue to strengthen our professional learning communities. We call those POCs for short. And this is where our teachers have the opportunity to meet with each other on a weekly basis to look at the growth and development of their students through data. And so we will continue to ensure that those POCs are authentic, that the engagement is targeted, and that we're continuing to foster that collaboration. And more importantly, because at Crestwood, we truly believe in our students, we do move with a student-first mindset, is to cultivate and foster positive relationships with all of our stakeholders. So that includes our students, our parents, our community members as at large. At Crestwood, we believe in catching that wave. But we know that in order for us to do the work that we do, our vision has to be a shared one. So I would be remiss to not thank the opportunity to collaborate with all of the schools here in the village that are part of our K-12 academic continuum. As you can see, our Cypress Trails team members to the south of us, H.L. Johnson, Royal Palm Beach Elementary to the north of us, and also just directly east of us, Royal Palm Beach High School. We truly believe in the importance of working together as a team, because ultimately at the end of the day, we want to keep all of our kids here in the village. We talk about that a lot. And so in order to do that, it is important that we support one another. And so I'm very thankful and blessed to say that I can always count on all of my team members at these respective schools. These leaders are awesome, and they are always, always, always willing to help at any time. So I appreciate that, and I just want to say thank you to all of them. We also know that it is important that we meet students where they are. That is so important. We have 720 plus students at Crestwood Middle School, 720 plus different personalities, 720 plus needs. And so it is important that, number one, we recognize that and that we embrace it. So I'm using here this analogy, beginning with equality. Equality, ensuring that everyone is getting a pair of shoes, ensuring that all of our students are receiving the tools and resources that they need in order to be successful. Diversity is everyone wearing a different type of shoe, understanding that my experiences may be very different than your experiences, but I still need the tools and resources needed in order to grow and progress as a student. Equity is everyone getting a pair of shoes that fits them, understanding that my reading style may be very different than your reading style, but I need to be afforded that differentiation to be able to determine whether or not I'm understanding what is being taught to me. Looking at accessibility, having shoes or alternatives that feel comfortable, creating those spaces, those learning environments in which all of our students can achieve success, and understanding the need to make adjustments along the way depending on the progress and growth of our students. Inclusion, feeling respected and valued whether you are wearing shoes or not. creating that inclusive and welcoming learning environment in which all of our students feel valued, they feel seen, they feel heard, and that, more importantly, they see themselves in what they're learning. Belonging, showing up with or without shoes, without fear of judgment. So again, creating those spaces, whether it's on the academic side of the house, whether it's through opportunities for them to engage in recreational activities, opening the door to welcome all kids. And so at Crestwood, we work to ensure that every student has a prescribed education and academic plan designed just for them. And so we do that through different areas of focus. Those areas of focus are centered around systems, instruction, culture, engagement, and data. So with our systems, ensuring that they are universal, that they are aligned, and that they are monitored. We truly believe it's important to inspect what you expect. Instruction, ensuring, again, that what our teachers are teaching our students align with our state standards, that we're providing that differentiation, and that we're monitoring the growth and progress and making those adjustments along the way. Student engagement. Students can't be what they can't see. So it's important to create those opportunities in those environments where our students are able to engage and collaborate, and more importantly, to celebrate those successes along the way. Looking at the data, it is so important that we know where our students are, that we know what they're walking in the door with, that we're able to then pour into that learning base through standards-based instruction, and that we're providing, again, those adjustments along the way to ensure that we're targeting their needs. And culture, creating a learning environment in which the conditions of learning are safe, that they are targeted, that they are focused, and that our students can become a best version of themselves. And so, at Crestwood, it truly is about celebrating student success, growing tomorrow's leaders, because our job at Crestwood is to create rooms filled with student voices, not to be the main voice. And so it is important that we provide those platforms and those forums in which our students can speak up, speak out, develop their agency and voice, and know that in doing so, they're heard, they're valued, and more importantly, action will be taken. And so I'm very pleased at this time to ask to come up some members of our National Junior Honor Society. And so the next few minutes, you're going to hear from our National Junior Honor Society on their experiences in how NJHS is preparing them for their next level of leadership. So I'm going to ask their sponsor to introduce herself along with our student members.
Thank you, Dr. Nance. Good evening. I am Dr. Sheena Powell, and I am the sponsor for the National Junior Honor Society. This year we have a total of 29 members, and with me tonight we have our president, Mr. Lucas Alvarado. Ms. Michaela Peñalosa. Our secretary, Chandler Abney. And our citizenship co-chair, Ms. Cora Pants. So I'm just going to give you a little overview of National Junior Honor Society. The purpose of the National Junior Honor Society is to create enthusiasm for scholarship, to stimulate the desire to render service, to promote leadership, to develop character, and to encourage good citizenship in our students. Last year, we did a number of activities where we gave back to the community. For Christmas, we visited the senior living center across the street and we took them gifts. I wish I had some videos to show you. We had them up and dancing. We really had a fun time with them last year for Christmas. And now I am going to turn it over to our president and he will fill you in.
Good evening. My name is Lucas Alvarado. I am in 8th grade and I am the current NJHS president. This is my second year in NJHS. NJHS has always been very fun and active. They always like to get us involved in things and make sure we always have fun and still get what we want and what we need and help the community. For example, with the senior living facility, we went there. We would bring the seniors gifts. We would have some choir people sing for them, and we had danced a bit too. And then, of course, they also give us food. We went to Golden Corral after, so they feed us. Other things, we also do fundraisers, which are always very fun. We did, this year we did the Double Goods fundraiser, I think last week. And so we raised money from that. And then later into the year, we also do we sell the world's finest chocolate, which always is a bit hectic at times. Kids are always trying to get chocolate, especially at school, but it's fun. And it's nice to also meet new people, meet new friends, because we also obviously spend a lot of time with each other with all the activities that we do. For example, we also do our haunted house every year, which is where we have 2 weeks of school week, and we will meet up every day to basically make a haunted house. We will choose the themes for about 5 different rooms, and we have each different kids go into different rooms and choose, and they will do what their theme is. And then we do that for our October dance, our autumn dance. And we also allow to raise money for get other fundraisers. Like last year, we also did that kids could bring in a can of food, like beans, corn, whatever, and they could also get an extra ticket to see if they wanted to go with their friends to help for people in need. Yeah. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Michaela Peñalosa, and I'm the Vice President of NJHS. I've been in NJHS for 2 awesome years, or 3 now. I would like to start off by saying that NJHS is a remarkable program. It amazes me that every year they can handpick such dedicated and helpful students for this program. NJHS's 5 pillars are scholarship, service, leadership, character, and citizenship. These pillars are the core of our foundation. I've come to realize that NJHS truly cares about its members. Each time we volunteer, they provide us with food like Pizza Hut and like little treats like chips and stuff. The previous year, NJHS held leadership retreat for members to come together and get to know each other. I genuinely love this because I had recently joined the program and I was a bit scared that I wouldn't know anybody or I'd be like confused, but they came with open arms and treated me with kindness and respect. NJHS was and still is very productive. Last year, we participated in various activities, including All Pro Dad, the Double Good fundraiser, and the Haunted House. Additionally, we danced, sang, and gave gifts with handwritten letters to the elders at Capstone Royal Palm Senior Living Facility. There's so much more that I can't possibly fit in right now. As of today, we have participated in student orientation, scheduled pickup, and the Double Good fundraiser. For future plans, I hope I can accomplish to assemble more opportunities for members to volunteer. As I finish this, I would love to mention that Dr. Powell is an amazing supervisor. She really helps the members, and if you're ever confused or need help, she's there. Thank you, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening.
Hello, my name is Chandler Abney, and I am an 8th grader, and I've been in NJHS for 2 years now. In NJHS, they really help students get to know each other especially when you're super shy. They like to get you going, but they always make sure that you're comfortable in what you're doing. They make sure not to push you too hard, and they make sure you're able to get your work done so you can still stay in the group. For NJHS, we volunteer at a lot of different places, like the senior citizen. We also volunteer at the schools to help 6th graders with anything they're having trouble with. If they're having trouble with math, social studies, we'll help out in Dr. Powell's room. And for the Halloween, we also raise money for school and, sorry. And we raise food and money for anybody at the school. If they're having trouble at home, we make sure to give them a safe place to stay. That's really all I have to say. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Cora Pans, and I am in the 7th grade. In my first year of National Junior Honor Society, I am the co-chair of the Citizenship Committee. The Citizenship Committee puts up and takes down the flag every day. In NJHS, I have learned leadership and responsibility. Over the summer, we have done a leadership retreat and help in the 6th grade orientation. My experience with NJHS has been amazing, and I feel I will be taught many new things in my first year. I look forward to helping all students and staff, and I believe NJHS can make a difference. Thank you.
So they've mentioned our leadership retreat. We had our leadership retreat on the 31st of July. We were honored to have Mayor Hamara here as one of we had a town hall kind of discussion. We had Mayor Hamara, Dr. Nance, we had Ms. Andrews, and Officer Nicholson. The students worked they had different questions, problems in the community, and they came up with the solution, and they presented their solutions, and one of the problems that they were addressing was vaping in the parks. They presented their solution to Mayor Hamara, and he promised that he would look into addressing that on their behalf. So not only are we service-oriented, but we're working towards getting policy change, and that's long-lasting. So we don't want them to just think of today, because the things that they come up with, these were their ideas, okay? We just guided them. They were their ideas, and they came up with them, and they presented them, and hopefully we can get policy change, and that would be our leaders of tomorrow. So that's NJHS.
Could I say something really quickly?
Yes, go ahead.
I just want to say that, first of all, I enjoyed the opportunity to spend the time over there at Commons Park with the National Junior Honor Society. You know it's really a worthwhile event when you learn something. And I did. Now, I'd like to say I learned how wonderful things are in the world. I learned about vaping. And what I learned was it's more prevalent and more of a concern, and rightly so, than I had thought. So I walked away educated, and I walked away with a homework assignment, actually, which I would like to say that I actually have taken it to the appropriate folks here in the village and shared that with them. It was not as much of a surprise to them as it was to me, so I guess I took more value away than I probably added to it. But it was a great occasion. I really thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you for coming.
Again, can we just give another big round of applause to our student leaders and Dr. Powell? You guys are awesome. And so as we come to a close, we just want to share with you some events that have occurred involving our students and our continued commitment to student growth and leadership. And so as we wrap up, as one author once stated, that as educators, it is so important that we know that the leaders of tomorrow are in our classrooms today. And their success is truly our collective legacy. Are there any questions?
Question?
Yes.
Yep.
I don't have a question, but I have a comment, and this is for the National Junior Honor Society team over there. Thank you so much for coming tonight and sharing your story, and you are definitely going to be our future leaders, so that's very exciting to see you starting in middle school. And I would be remiss, because I've been part of this committee for a little while now, to remind you that the village has a scholarship for high school seniors that I hope that you're all thinking about and you will apply, because it is for the future leaders here in Royal Palm Beach. So don't forget our scholarship when you're seniors in high school. Thank you.
Any questions? Okay. Again, we thank you so much for the opportunity. Did I miss someone? Yes.
Can you step up to the mic?
Just wanted to commend you on a beautiful report. We could tell that you put your heart and that, you know, you have a great team backing you, all of you back there, and the students, you know, they made you look very good, and beautiful report. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And so that is who we are. We are Crestwood.
Thank you for what you do.
Thank you, Dr. Nance, Dr. Powell, Lucas, Michaela, Chandler, Cora. Thank you very much. Again, congratulations on the amazing PM3 gains and retaining your A rating for your school. Next on the agenda, we have the reports from Central and Regional District. Palm Beach County School District. Legislative review.
Good evening.
Evening.
Good evening.
All right, good evening. My name is Yolanda Morgan. I have the absolute pleasure of presenting the 2025 Legislative Review along with
Rita Solnit. I'm the federal lobbyist for the School District of Palm Beach County.
All right, so I am new to the Chief of Staff role for the Palm Beach County School District, but I am not new to the Palm Beach County School District. I come to you by way of the Office of General Counsel, where I was an attorney for the school district. Little known fact, we do have a full-service law firm in the school district, but before that, I was a teacher in Palm Beach County. So this is absolutely where I love to be, at the intersection of education and law and policy. So I'm gonna go through our legislative review. This is actually a presentation that was adapted from the presentation given on May 28th to our board members by Capital City Consulting, and then Ms. Solnit will present on the federal side of the update. Oop. Here we go. All right, so as evidenced by our awesome students who are in the crowd, the mission statement for the Palm Beach County School District is that we educate, affirm, and inspire our students. That is our mission that is upheld and guided by our school board members, also represented here today by Ms. Andrews. This is what we live by, this is what we go by, we say it all the time, it is really ingrained in who we are. And so as we are implementing the legislative changes that were made in this 2025 school year, this is what we make sure that we are doing: educating, affirming, and inspiring. All right, so here is the timeline. Our legislative session for 2025 started on March 4th. The policy portion ended on May 2nd. However, session did not end then. I know that we were actually originally scheduled to come before you in June or May. However, session was still going on. Session actually ended on June 16th. And so there were actually over 1,900 bills that were filed this legislative session. I know, right? Don't worry, I'm not presenting on all 1,900. There were 1,900 bills that were filed in the district. We tracked about 300 of those bills as they made their way through the session. Of those 1,900, we had 257 bills that were actually enrolled, voted on in the House and the Senate. And of those 257, about 35 of them have specific district impact, and ones that we have been working through and working on in terms of implementation, many of them going into effect July 1 of this year. All right, so I'm going to give an overview of many of these bills. I'm happy to answer questions, as well as Ms. Solnit, answer any questions that you might have on these bills. All right, so we're starting off strong. I know that our school start times garnered a lot of attention over the last year in terms of the impact to our district, impact to the county, and impact to Royal Palm Beach. So what we were able to achieve as a state was the waiver or the relaxing of the requirement in terms of the school start time. This provides flexibility. We recognized as we were doing research as a district in terms of how to make or implement the school start time legislation that there was major community impact, whether it was from being able to take care of our students in the morning time, evening time, but also operationally, our school buses, making sure that our students were supervised at the times they needed to be. And so we will be able to apply for a waiver of the requirement through this legislation. It was also championed by Representative Ann Gerwig. She actually received an award at our last board meeting for the work done to make sure that our schools and our school district would be able to have that flexibility this year. All right, we also had another, what I would call a win in terms of our legislation, which was a clarification of some of our safety requirements. So last year in legislation came the requirement to have all gates and doors locked on our campuses while students were on campus. If you can imagine, that might be a little ambiguous in terms of when a student is on campus. We have students who are on campus very early in the day, all the way into the evening time with extracurriculars, et cetera. And so across the state, there was some difficulty in terms of implementing this new law that required locked gates and doors unless they were manned by school personnel. So what this bill does, SB 1470, is it clarifies when our gates and doors have to be locked. So 30 minutes before the school day starts and 30 minutes afterwards. Now, of course, in Palm Beach County, safety is a main priority for us. And so we have lots of layers of security on our campuses, but this just provided that additional clarification in terms of when our doors and gates had to be locked, as well as where those doors and gates had to be locked. So all of our campuses are hardened in terms of having one single point of entry. And so once that single point of entry is closed off, once you get into the campus, not all of the gates or doors have to be locked depending on what zone they're in. And so this bill allowed us to be able to make whatever necessary changes we need to be made, as well as report to the state in terms of our safety requirements. All right, so HB 1105 is one of our train bills. Train bill meaning that there are multiple multiple education provisions contained in that bill. For HB 1105, some of the significant portions are the cell phone restriction legislation, which implements a ban on students in our K through 8 schools having cell phones while they're on campus. This is actually also codified in School Board Policy 5.183, which is up for adoption on this coming Wednesday. So as this legislation was going through, we were also working on updating our policy to make sure that our policies were in alignment with the law that was coming through. So our students are currently being impacted by this. It's being implemented on our campuses that students in kindergarten through 8th grade are not allowed to have cell phones on our campuses. And then our high school students are allowed to have cell phones. However, they can only be taken out with permission from a teacher for instructional purposes. Other areas that are impacted by this bill are our school buses, in terms of a school bus being considered district property as well, and restricting trespass on our buses. So just like we can trespass someone for engaging in conduct that is unbecoming, we can do the same for our school buses now. All right. Next is HB 1255, which is another train bill that deals a lot with our academic side of the House, offering new standards and documents the academic standards and benchmarks for our schools. It also goes into some of the reading interventions that are allowed, and also who is able to provide those reading interventions for our students. Another area that has been updated is the use of the Classic Learning Test, or CLT, scores to be able to be used at UF and FSU universities in terms of admissions. And then there's also been updates to our student discipline in terms of the child study teams making contact or communicating with parents and families regarding student behavior. All right, so next we have, there were quite a few bills this session dealing with on specific topics or specific days of remembrance, or areas in which school districts could implement, for example, Holocaust remembrance or diabetes awareness. SB 248 deals with student participation in interscholastic sports, which now provides for home education students to be able to participate in any public school in their district in terms of interscholastic sports. It also allows private school students to also participate in our FHSAA member schools that in terms of their sports. So this provides an allowance for the students in our school, in our district, to be able to participate, even if it's not their home school. And then for SB 356, we have Holocaust Remembrance Day. The governor will annually proclaim January 27th as Holocaust Remembrance Day, and it provides the different instruction that school districts may give on Holocaust remembrance. It also does not supplant our Holocaust Remembrance Weeks in November, as well as the required instruction on the Holocaust. So this is an additional opportunity to remember the survivors of the Holocaust. All right, we have SB 1374. This deals with our employee and volunteer side of things, so the adults in education. One is the volunteer screening. It allows background checks and screenings for volunteers based on the school district's discretion. It goes into notification for law enforcement and the timing in which that needs to happen. And it also has a provision requiring self-reporting if school district personnel are arrested within that 48-hour time frame. We also have a few student health and safety measures this year, some not necessarily being implemented till next year, but ones that we as a district have to work through in terms of what it's going to look like on our campuses. SB 1514 goes over the anaphylaxis training on our school campuses, making sure that there's an adequate number of personnel who are trained to be able to administer aid to a student, as well as the requirement starting next year that students who participate in high school athletics will have to have the ECG exam in order to participate. So putting everybody on notice that that is coming up. And then finally, on the state side, we have a major bill. So those of you who are going to have someone who might be turning 15 or desiring to drive here in a little bit, this new law, SB 994, requires that students who are intending to get their learner's permit must take a driver education course. So even if you turn 15, if you have not taken this course, you cannot get your learner's permit. And so little tip for the students in the room, you can go and take the class starting at 14 and a half years old. So making sure that students are aware of this requirement and the options to be able to meet this requirement. So just as forward-looking, that was our 2025 wrap-up. Those are some of the major bills that are impacting our school district and being implemented currently. We are now moving into the legislative platform development for the school board now. We actually have our first workshop where the board will consider the legislative priorities on Wednesday. We'll then come before them again on October 8th, and then they will vote on October 15th on their legislative priorities. The 2026 legislative session is going to begin January 13th, and it is scheduled to end on March 13th. And with that, I will turn it over to Ms. Sonnet to go over our federal update. This one.
I didn't want to hug behind you there. Good evening.
Evening.
Oops. Tonight, I'd like to talk to you about a federal education recap. I think more than ever before, federal education has been in the news quite a bit. So even when I was preparing this for you, I realized that all of this has happened in only 8 months. And to me, it feels like it's about 3 years, to be honest with you, with all that's happened. So. And before I begin, I also want to say one thing. This is going to be a little bit gloomy. The outlook is a little bit gloomy. However, we all have to remember we live in one of the best counties in the country. And I can say that because I'm the legislative liaison to the Council of Great City Schools as well. That they represent 81 school districts, large urban districts around the country. And I can tell you they are always looking to Palm Beach County. to see what we're doing, and we are the leaders. So I remind you, we're in the best county. We have the best community members. All of you are engaged and involved. You're an education advisory board. We have the best superintendent. He will never, never not meet a student's needs. So while this may seem a little gloomy right now, just know, oh, and we have the best school board members too. I can't forget that. They're all rowing in the same direction, and they're dedicated, many of them for their lives, to education. So just remember that, and remember, we're going to figure this out. So whatever you hear that the federal government is doing or not doing to education funding, just know that we're all here. We're going to all together figure this out, okay? So the 119th Congress met this year, and there were some actions that they took, 4 in particular, that really made the headlines, made the news. The press, ran off with it, and it really was, I know this word is used too often today, but it really was unprecedented what had happened. So beginning January 24th, the president ordered the closure of the U.S. Department of Education in an executive order. That was also followed by his Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon. She also put it in an announcement. I'll talk about that in a minute. The next thing that happened, February-March timeframe, the U.S. Department of Education decided they were going to halt funds pertaining to diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I'll talk about that in a minute. Right after that, sometime in March, the president's agenda, he had 3 or 4 bills that he wanted to pass. One was on increasing immigration funding, one was on defense funding. So he decided, why don't I make it one big, beautiful bill? And the name stuck, by the way. That is an official name. It's in the archives. So between March and July, 3.5 months of negotiating that bill. So I will talk to you just about the federal education elements in that bill. And then the next item that happened was freezing federal education funds. That was all over the news here locally. That happened in July. And for Palm Beach County alone, that was $31.4 million that we were very concerned. That had a very good ending. We ended up getting that money back by the end of July, but I'll explain that as well. And then I'll wrap up with what's going on right now today in Washington. In fact, I go back Thursday. They are meeting to discuss the 2026-2027 budget, and especially the education budget. They have to finish this by September 30th. If they don't finish the budget, that's by law, Congress has to finish. If they can't come to an agreement between the Senate and the House, then they will most likely pass a continuing resolution and kick this down the road to either December. They could kick it all the way into March. But for us, that's a good thing because that means our funding remains level. So we'll see what happens. So I mentioned before the president announced closing the U.S. Department of Education. Shortly after he did that, we had executive orders that cut funds related to DEI initiatives. These were hundreds of millions of dollars of contracts that were canceled. Right around the same time he announced that, DOGE came along, right? The Department of Government Efficiency. They mostly were comprised of software programmers, very young guys who wrote a program that pulled out any contract or grant that had the word diversity, equity, or inclusion in it. And when they did that, all kinds of grants came up, and I'll tell you why in a minute. And of course, they across the board canceled all of them. Well, what they didn't know was that the questionnaire used for any grant from the U.S. Department of Education in previous administrations always asked questions about diversity, about equity, and inclusion. So even if the grant and the project had absolutely nothing to do with that, all of them popped up. So they plucked out all of these and arbitrarily canceled them. And then a whole flurry of lawsuits happened. And I know Charlotte Mecklenburg, Miami-Dade, Clark County, Boston, they lost funds in excess of $30 million. And so they filed lawsuits. And oh, by the way, they won their lawsuits. So, and a lot of those lawsuits are still going on. So then comes February 19th, where the famous, quote, "Dear Colleague" letter. So Secretary McMahon sent a letter to every state education commissioner and every school district superintendent, warning them to immediately eliminate DEI initiatives or they risk losing federal funding. And they were given 2 weeks to do that, and they actually started 9 days later scouring websites. So that was kind of, it's, again, as I said, some of this is gloomy or dark, but I think more reasonable heads are beginning to prevail. There was a lot of chaos and confusion, and I also want to step back to the U.S. Department of Education. Because of DOGE, because of the announcement of closures, they started out January with 4,100 employees. They are now less than 1,400 employees. And, who they lost was the operational knowledge, institutional knowledge, historical knowledge. And these are things that many districts across the nation count on. And if for many, many months, you would call the U.S. Department of Education to ask, what's the status of my grant? And nobody was answering the phone. It got that bad. By the way, if that ever happens, I noticed I brought some Georgetown cupcakes and literally went to the door of the building to get in. And now I think they're starting to let people in. But for an entire month, nobody was even allowed to go into that building. So now we have March comes along, and I explained the One Big Beautiful Bill. The president did sign that on July 4th. It only affects federal education in 3 ways, but 2 of them are very big ways. One is Medicaid for student services. This One Big Beautiful Bill is reducing Medicaid in general, $1 trillion. And so our students sometimes have individual education programs, right? And they may need speech pathology, they may need audiology services, whatever they need, the school district provides it. And if their families are on Medicaid, Medicaid will reimburse the school district. Well, that's not going to happen now, because chances are that's going to be wiped out, that money. That's not going into effect until 2 weeks after the midterm elections. So another thing that's not going into effect yet is nutrition benefits for students. Those are students that are on the SNAP program for school lunches. That also doesn't take effect until 2 weeks after midterms elections. So the country's not feeling it yet, but they will. And that's right around November of 2026 at the end or the beginning of December. So maybe we can do something between now and then to reduce the impact. And the last thing that was in that One Big Beautiful Bill having to do with education was tax credits for private school vouchers nationwide. That really has nothing to do with Florida, because Florida has a very robust private school voucher program. And it's almost the government dipping their feet in the water. It was actually a very mild kind of a program they put in there. So along comes July. Now, every July 1st, the federal funding is released to school districts and states across the nation. So the day before this money was supposed to be released, we received a letter saying that Secretary Linda McMahon has decided she's going to do a financial audit, a review, and hold the money. And at that time, there was no time frame, whether it was going to be a week, whether they were a month, a year, nobody knew. And as I said before, that represented $31.4 million for Palm Beach County, and we were very concerned about it. Almost immediately, 9 states filed a lawsuit, and then more started to come along. And eventually, there were 22 bipartisan states, bipartisan governors that were calling the White House, calling the U.S. Department of Education, saying, this isn't going to fly. We need our money. And much of this money has already been, allocated. So I think it was the bipartisan governors. I mean, we would, as lobbyists, we want to take credit for that, but I really do think it was the governors from many, many states that helped break that logjam. And by July 25th, the money was released, and we were very, very fortunate. So what's going on right now? The U.S. House and the Senate, they're all back. They're back from vacation, and they're negotiating an education budget. The president back in May released, for 2026-2027, he released a budget which they referred to as a skinny budget. They were very, very steep cuts to federal education. The good news is this is unlikely to pass because the Senate, you need 60 votes in the Senate to pass this, and they don't have 60 votes in the Senate to pass it. So I don't know if all of you are familiar with the title, like Title I to Title IV. Title I education is for low-income students to meet their needs. Title II is the teacher professional development in order to help Title I students. Title III is English language learners, help students gain proficiency in the English language, and so they can thrive and succeed. And Title IV is kind of a mishmash of things. It includes some mental health, it includes digital literacy, but all of those funds were in separate categories, and right now it's looking as though Title III, English language learners, and Title IV may be eliminated entirely. So we are working on that right now with appropriations committees and with Senate Health, Education, and Labor Committee to explain why that's not going to work, or at the very least, help us wean away from that. I said again, the budget is questionable whether or not it's going to be signed by September 30th. If you ask me, I think it's not going to happen. I think they're going to pass a continuing resolution until they can figure out some way to pass a budget that both the Senate and the House like. So with that, we'll answer any questions.
I have a question on the, thank you very much. That was very educational and helpful.
Can you speak into your mic, really?
Sure.
So we
Can you hear me? Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. I wanted to ask on the federal side, if the DOE was announced to close in January, I think the idea was to then like flow the funding back into the states so that there wasn't a federal like umbrella agency. Is a timeline changed? What is the timeline for that to happen?
Thank you. I should have said that. The timeline, in the president's order, it said the U.S. Department of Education would close by December 31st, 2026. On or before that date, they will no longer have, the U.S. Department of Education. As far as the money goes, right now, there wasn't a plan, by the way, when this was done, but right now they're working on a plan. So, for instance, IDEA funds would be sent over to Health and Human Services. So Robert F. Kennedy Jr. would be handling those funds. There's other, I'm trying to think, Title I. Some will go to the Justice Department. There's about 4 different areas. They're also going to take school lunches away from U.S. Department of Agriculture and put that under Health and Human Services. But That's the plan, is to send the money to the states. But when they do that, I think they're going to consolidate it. So if you don't have those categories, it'll be less money. So that's a concern too.
Okay, thank you. And then I have just a state question as well, and I haven't met you yet, so I'm looking forward to meeting you and working with you. Some of us do some advocacy work on behalf of the village or some of our organizations, and happy to stand by you up in Tallahassee to advocate for some education. I wanted to make that point. Also, to remind you, please share your legislative platform with the Village Council, and they'll share it with the Education Advisory Board so that we know what you are asking for. We can help support your talking points. But I also wanted to kind of ask another question about I don't know whether it's going to be in the legislation this year, but about vaccines and the issues that are being in the news right now about Florida not mandating vaccines for the school districts for school children. Is our district making a statement on that, or do we anticipate that being something that the legislation will discuss and that we'll vote on eventually?
So currently we're watching, what comes out after the announcement that was just made. Some vaccines are statutorily mandated, and so we will continue to be in compliance with what the law requires. If there is a change to the statutory requirements, then of course, we will take the steps in terms of board policy and looking at district implementation. But as of now, unless there is a statutory change, we'll be in compliance with the statute.
Thank you.
Any additional questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
And a special thanks to Jacqueline. I wanted to thank Jacqueline. You've been so helpful and so flexible with us today, so thank you very much.
Before we get the reports from the central region, Crestwood Middle, if you guys want to go, it's a school night. You guys can go. You guys don't have to stick around. Thanks again.
Or you can stay.
Stay, though.
In the spirit of civic education.
I wouldn't want to block your entrance or your way out, so I'll move the chair to the side. Good evening, Village of Royal Palm Beach. So glad to be here again, opening up another exciting school year. Greetings from Superintendent Burke and also our Deputy Superintendent, Ms. Wyatt. I also see many members of our team that are here this evening. I do want to thank Dr. Morgan and Ms. Solnit for being here this evening, representing our district, as well as Ms. Andrews, who I believe, just stepped out for a moment for a picture with our Crestwood students and staff. We also have several of our administrators from the Village of Royal Palm schools, and so thank you for being here with us this evening. We are a team, and that's why I believe that you will notice the amazing results from your village schools. So as we know, all of our work is anchored on our strategic plan. We are near the end of this one, so we're starting on the planning stages for our next one, for the next strategic plan, which will occur for the next 5 years. But we're still having some work to do in some of our objectives and initiatives. So we have closed out quite a few, but we still have a little bit of work left to do as we continue to improve as a system. We are thrilled for the results from the Village of Royal Palm Beach schools. As you can tell, the improvement and the growth was really tremendous across the board. I do want to say a little bit about Cypress Trails. Remember that last year they received a very exclusive recognition of being an exceeding school. and that is extremely difficult to receive. So from one year to the next, the best way for me to explain it is sometimes when you go up in an elevator, you tend to go down, you tend to go down a little bit quicker than you want to, right? And so Cypress Trails is still doing amazing work. I know Mr. Salter is here, and their proficiency has been amazing. They were only off just by a little bit, just like right there from the A again. And it was only based on, our students in the lowest 25%. And they're working diligently this year to make sure that we track our students so that that does not happen again. So we are going to be getting that A back again, but it was just by just a tiny little smidge. So the work at Cypress Trails, we are still very proud of it. And I know this year they will recover that A again. But the fact that we have H.L. Johnson that went from a B to an A, Royal Palm Beach L maintained their A. Our Crestwood Middle School that has been working diligently for years, getting their A back again. And I must say tonight, thank you for the amazing presentation. Love when our students are part of that presentation as well, and all of the great things that are happening in that school. And, it's a matter of getting the word out. It's a matter of getting the word out. It's happening at Crestwood. And it is certainly a middle school, and I've always called it the glue, right, between our elementaries and Royal Palm Beach High School. And they will continue to do great work. But I do believe that, the fact that they've opened up those academies has helped. I do also believe that to some extent, serving as sharing their facility with the temporary sites, it did help to also retain some of the students from Melaleuca, as well as Wimbrook, to continue their path through Crestwood. So I think to some extent, you open the doors and allowed us to house two schools temporarily. But I think there was a silver lining too behind it for Crestwood. So we thank you for that. And we don't have anyone there residing in the temporary site. So thank you for that. And also, congratulations, of course, Royal Palm Beach High School going from a C and earning their B back again. So that's a lot of hard work. So our schools in the village of Royal Palm, this is one of the best results that we've had in many years, and we will continue to work hard and focus to ensure that our students in the village of Royal Palm exceed even their own expectations. So congratulations for that. I'm going to turn it over to my two team members, Dr. Vivian Green, who is the instructional superintendent for the elementary schools here, and then Mrs. Karen Wetzel, who is the instructional superintendent for the secondary schools here in Village of Royal Palm, to be able to share some of the highlights that we've kind of been covering from August all the way through September. So, Dr. Green.
Good evening, and welcome back. I can't believe that school has started, and it feels as though we never stopped. So welcome back, and once again, I'm here to acknowledge and to celebrate the great work that is happening in the elementary schools here in the village, starting with Cypress Trails Elementary, where Mr. Bruce Salter is the principal. Cypress Trails Elementary had their sorting house, and I thought we were going to be able to show a video, but, oh, there it is. So I'm going to share just a little video of what it looks like to sort. Well, we thought we were going to play a video. Yes? Okay. I am a clicker. I didn't want you all to know that.
it to be true. And when you dance, I'm in the groove. You make me you got it all inside. Feel it to be true. And when you dance, I'm in the groove. You make me you make me move.
This was definitely an exciting day at Cypress Trails Elementary School. I can't wait for Mr. Salter's presentation. He will be able to, I know he's going to share something about their house system at Cypress Trails. At Cypress Trails also, they had Family Bingo Night. The house edition, that's coming next week. And their upcoming SAC meeting will be held on October 1st. H.L. Johnson has a lot to celebrate. H.L. Johnson has leveled up for the school year 2026, earned an A as teachers celebrated. Let's give H.L. Johnson another round of applause. They are excited over there. They are so excited that the students were rewarded for completing their summer reading with a family back to school night. And I was there. I missed this one. I was in my office. Okay. All right. And H.L. Johnson Elementary School also, they hosted their curriculum night last week, which was also a huge success. They recently completed their FAST assessments, their science diagnostic, their iReady diagnostics are all now complete. And trust, that is a huge task. Their first Green Day leveled up by filling 2 Amazon vans, and their next meeting, SAC meeting, will be held on September 24th. And last but not least of our elementary schools here in the village of Royal Palm Beach is Royal Palm Beach Elementary School, where Mrs. Tracy Getty is the principal, and representing Royal Palm Beach Elementary this evening is Miss Christina Fong, our wonderful assistant principal, sitting back there. So Royal Palm Beach Elementary School also welcomed back their Bobcats with their annual Bobcat Tailgate Party. Their theme, Together Everyone Achieves More. The upcoming SAC meeting at Royal Palm Beach Elementary School will be held on September 17th. Let's give all of our elementary schools and the village a round of applause. And I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Wetzel.
Well, thank you very much. Oops, let me click on the right thing. There we go. Oh, there's another Royal Palm Beach Elementary School. So once again, with great pride, we share Crestwood Middle School's recent highlights, recognizing the team in the back there, Dr. Nance and her team. They welcomed over 150 sixth graders to Crestwood for the Eagles' first flight on July 30th, and their next SAC meeting will be on September 10th. They were very excited to welcome back their A-plus staff for a year of Eagles Empowering Excellence. I was fortunate enough to actually be there on the teacher's first day back. It was really a great deal of fun. Mrs. Andrews joined me as well. And also, we want to congratulate Royal Palm Beach High School on their recent highlights, and especially for becoming a B-rated school. Dr. Robinson would have been happy to be here tonight, but she is teaching her college class. So Lisa Jones, the assistant principal, one of the assistant principals, is here this evening. So you see they've changed some of their, you see the painting, and we're on our way to that Wildcat A, so they're making plans for that next step. So Nolani Rodriguez, a 10th grader at Royal Palm Beach High School, was recognized by Mrs. Andrews for a drawing of Mrs. Andrews that Nolani created while she was an 8th grade student at Crestwood Middle School. Isn't that beautiful? I know, it's so beautiful. And then their next SAC meeting is September 16th. Juniors and seniors were engaged with Mayor Hamara and the village council members to launch the Royal Palm Beach Youth Civic Leadership Program. It looked like an absolutely exciting day.
It was.
Senior Rachel Julcius won the first place at the 2025 Florida HOSA Personal Care Secondary Competition over the summer, and that is quite a feat for a national organization to have one of our students from Royal Palm. So congratulations to Rachel. And we had freshman orientation, class of 2029. It's like kind of like, can't even believe, like. Varsity football team remains undefeated. Wildcats actually look really good out there on the field.
Yeah, they do.
Volleyball team only has one loss this season, so the student athletes are on their way to their A as well. Royal Palm Beach High School alumni Fred Johnson, who is a Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl champion, has donated $100,000 to enhance the athletic facilities at Royal Palm Beach High School.
Fantastic.
Building a stronger future, just very exciting. And questions?
Any questions? All right, then I will invite Mrs. Andrews, our board member, who is here to provide her updates. Thank you.
And good evening, everyone. To Chairman Herrera, Vice Chair Wilson, all of the committee, to Mayor Hamara, our liaison, who has been the liaison for the Education Committee for as long as I can remember, and our new student, Carla De Leon. Welcome aboard. I bring you greetings from our superintendent, Superintendent Mike Burke, and all 7 school board members, but I am truly excited to be your school board member. Palm Beach County School District A-rated because of our students, because of our outstanding teachers and principals, and because of you, the community. Let's give you a big hand. All of us, with our families, our parents, everybody, and for our engagement with our community. And before I go any further, Crestwood Middle School. I want you all to stand back there. Stand up, Crestwood. Wow, you all are awesome. Congratulations on your A rating, but congratulations on being such a great school. It truly is all about leadership. It's all about the staff, the teachers, the principals, the assistant principals, the custodians, the bus drivers, the librarians, everybody. It takes the village. And it shows up every time I go to Crestwood. You make me feel so welcome. I had an opportunity to be with you on the first day to say, hooray, we've got an A. Tonight was wonderful. It's always wonderful listening to you, Dr. Nance, as the leader of Crestwood. I want to continue to support you and tell you you're awesome. Your leadership is awesome. Your school is awesome. Congratulations. Let's give them another hand, everybody. Thank you. And as I look out in the audience, I know they recognized you, but I want to recognize you again. When I think about the elementary schools, stand up if you're from an elementary school. Western Academy, stand on up. I see you in here. All of you. Royal Palm Beach Elementary, H.L. Johnson, Cypress Trails, all of you. It makes a difference when we start at the elementary level to get the students ready for middle school and for high school. We are a team here in the village of Royal Palm Beach, and we start with you all, just making sure that we have everything that we need. And then we move on up to the middle school, so stand up again, Crestwood. Stand up. You are our middle school in the village of Royal Palm Beach. And when we look at our high school, Lisa, I love you. You've been at Royal Palm Beach forever. Thank you for what you're doing. Your school moved up, And I was at your school just the other day, and your principal says, "We've got this A, Miss Andrews." So I know you have it. It's already done. So it is all about our school centers. There's no better place to be than in the school center with our children each and every single day, helping them to grow and develop to be the best that they can be, and partnering with their parents and with the community. So I want to thank you all for that. We've started off our year on a great, great note. Now, you heard from two people that are so special to me, and I really want them to stand. Stand up, Mrs. Solnett and Dr. Morgan. Stand up. Stand up. If you didn't know, keep standing. Dr. Morgan is our new chief of staff, but guess what? She lives in Royal Palm Beach. Let's give that a big hand. And we're so proud of the information you brought forth today, because if we don't take advantage of making sure that we're present in Tallahassee so we can work with the governor as well as the legislature to get the money for our children, it means so much. And it means so much when you come back and educate us. And Ms. Solnett, I've known you for 15 years, and you've been working with the school district from the state and federal level to make sure that we don't miss a beat, because it truly is all about making sure our students get everything that they need to be successful. And this thorough report you all gave tonight was one of the best I've heard. So let's give them another big hand. Thank you. Started out our year. Now, you heard some news tonight, and you said, "Oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Some things are happening." Well, we want you to stay calm. We've got this with our wonderful superintendent, Superintendent Michael Burke, and all 7 school board members. We're going to be okay. We lost about 6,000 students, but things happen. When people have to take care of their families and they may not be able to participate within the Palm Beach County School District, for many reasons, we have to respect that. Sometimes people say, well, it's because of immigration and people aren't here anymore. I don't know all of the causes, but I do know that we have to respect parents, the children, and when they come to us, we're ready for them. One good thing I must say, that we have a balanced budget within the school district of Palm Beach County. We'll be actually approving that budget this week, so we're doing good. No one has lost their job. That's a good thing. And when we think about looking at monies for our children, for our facilities, for our academics, for all the things that we need, we just have to plan ahead. That's why we have to be in Tallahassee. That's why we have to be in Washington, D.C. And Ms. Solnett, you're on the way. Right after the board meeting on Wednesday, you're hopping on a plane to go to see the government at the federal level, to tell them, don't forget about Palm Beach County. We need the monies for our children. So I want to say, from the superintendent and all of the board members, we have started off on a good note for this school year. A-rated district, great teachers, great principals, great kids, great communities, and we're going to be okay. And we're going to be here every month to keep you updated if something changes. Questions? Thank you, everybody. Welcome back.
Now we have the liaison reports. If we have a liaison report, if not, principals. Sorry. Any principals? Hi. Principal Miller.
Thank you. Good evening, board members, Mayor Hamara. It's really great to see everyone again. Western Academy had a really great start to the school year, and I'll share just a few highlights with you. We are proud to continue to be an A-rated school and one of your top performing schools in Royal Palm Beach, and also one of the highest performing charter schools in the school district of Palm Beach County. This year, we grew our enrollment from 710 students last year to 785 students currently, and we did that by adding a new 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade cluster. On a fun note, we did introduce, with the generosity of our PTC, a new mascot, Storm the Stallion. I think I had a picture here, but I'm not sure how to put it on here, a slide. There you go. That's Storm the Stallion. Yeah. And we also sorted our new students into their Ron Clark Academy houses, and that brings a lot of spirit and community to our school, as you heard before. We also launched a new Western Academy anthem. So far, it's had over 1,000 downloads. It was written by our very own Mr. Lynch and Mrs. Martinez. And if you're interested, the QR code, if it works from that far, will send you to a link to listen to it. But it's a lot of fun. Our students are loving it. We introduced it when we did our new sorting, and we plan on doing a lot of fun stuff with it. It's very modern, so we'll have the students participate in some videos and the staff as well, and do some dances and cheers just to get, the spirit going for this year. Academically speaking, our focus this year is on strengthening our 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade student achievement, especially with our new cluster. So we have a lot of new 4th and 5th graders and new teachers in that cluster as well. So we have 2 teacher leaders stepping into new coaching roles this year to support their colleagues and to mentor our newer teachers. And we're working on strengthening our professional learning communities, or PLCs, so that teachers working together can really prepare our own 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders for the rigor of our advanced middle school STEAM Academy. We're also offering more opportunities than ever after school for enrichment. We have a Lego club this year, gardening, dance, cheer. We have our choir, art club, gaming clubs. We've had a SECME club for middle school, and this year we're starting that for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade also. And then our older students, we are introducing some IT certification courses that they can take to learn about real world skills like cybersecurity, AI, programming. On the operations side, I'll touch on traffic a little bit. That's been an area of focus for us after recent conversations with the village. We have made lots of improvements, and our peak backups during our arrival and dismissal times are really only a few minutes, and they're continuously flowing, and we've taken a lot of steps to accomplish that. We hired PBSO to discourage our parents from lining up too early because they would create basically a standstill before we could even start our dismissal all the way on Crestwood, and that's helped greatly. We've expanded our before care and after care staffing so that more students can participate in that program, and that means less car riders. We're also hiring crossing guards, which will start in 2 weeks, so that'll help safely crosswalkers over Crestwood Square to encourage more walking as well, and also decrease the amount of car traffic. We have more presence outside and a longer internal car line, and most importantly, we refined our procedures so students stay inside until their car is in position, so we don't have all of our students waiting outside anymore. So that's a great safety improvement. We have a lot of parents giving positive feedback about that. And I'm grateful for H.L. Johnson because one of their APs has been in communication with my AP sharing their process for that, so thank you. And also we are hiring a traffic engineering firm to conduct a traffic study to apply for a site plan update with the village. The original traffic site plan was made years ago before the building was even Western Academy. It was a different school. It predates to Westlake and all the surrounding shopping and the new developments surrounding us. So it's time for us to create a new plan to help make things more efficient for the community, and keeping in mind the safety of our students and staff as our #1 priority. And we have a board meeting next Thursday night on the 18th. We have our NJHS induction Wednesday night, September 24th. And we're just grateful for the village's continued support. And thank you, guys.
Great.
Any questions?
I do want to say one thing. I do appreciate all of the initiative that you're taking with regard to the traffic situation, because that was, as you know, a problem for a lot of reasons. And although we'd like to think those problems typically lessen, if not go away completely after a couple of weeks, when they don't, then it's time for some other kind of action. And I thank you for that, for the community and also for the kids in the school. Thank you.
Next is the school liaison reports, if there are any.
I just look forward to attending Crestwood's SAC meeting this week. Thank you for inviting me.
I did pencil in away a meeting with H.L. Johnson at the beginning of next month, so I'll be able to provide a report on our next meeting. Next, student council report with...
You had another liaison.
Janet.
Yes, I'll have more to bring next month, but I just want to say kudos to Cypress Charles Elementary. I have kids there, and I can't be prouder. Even today, my kindergarten, I have two kids there, and the one that's in kindergarten today, the entire afternoon was telling me, pause up, before I could speak in the house. So thank you so much. You guys really, you guys really make the difference, not only in the schools, but in our homes as well. So thank you for everything you guys do at Cypress Charles for our kids. I just wanted to bring up to everybody's attention that at Cypress Charles, we're having a fundraising event on September 18th. It's a PTO fundraising night at Raising Cane's from 4 in the afternoon to 8 o'clock, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. So if any of you or any friends, if you could send them there and let them know that you're there to support Cypress Charles, that helps a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Annette. Next, student council report, Carla DeLeon.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. As was said before, we did host our annual freshman orientation on August 5th. We had a great outcome, and it went really smoothly. We got lots of good feedback, and overall, everything just went well. On August 22nd, we did hold our very first pep rally of the year, which was Glow in the Dark theme, our very first time doing that. We did receive a bunch of feedback, and everyone was really happy overall, and I'm really glad that the students over there liked it, because student council did put in a lot of effort into it. On September 4th, we did held our activities fair, which I would say also ran smoothly. Like me and my sister, we both signed up for a bunch of clubs, and overall it just went really well for all the clubs and sports and everything. Tomorrow night is our open house from 6 to 8, I believe. So yeah, student council will be there helping, guiding parents. But yeah, thank you.
Great, thank you. Do we have any statements from the public? On to the minutes. Approval for minutes of the Education Advisory Board meeting May 12th, 2025 and August 11th, 2025. Can I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
Motion passed.
Mr. Chair, before you close out the meeting, I do want to share some information about the strategic plan initiative for the village and supporting the schools. So,
the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. So we actually got to see a little bit of one of the initiatives that has come out of this strategic planning priority that we set at actually last year is when we set the priority in place, and now it's actually manifesting itself. And the first thing it manifested itself in is this a program that we call the Youth Civic Leadership Program that was rolled out at Royal Palm Beach High School last Wednesday, as a matter of fact. And I'm going to be spending more time over that school. I like the energy. I like just the experience of actually being able to connect with the amazing young folks that we've got. The leadership and the interest, especially in local government, is what prompted this particular program that we put together. I provided the members of the Education Advisory Board a copy of the leadership program outline. And I won't take time to go through it, but if you all have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. We hope to see a good portion of the 102 students that showed up to hear every one of the department heads of the village staff actually do part of the presentation, which I thought was absolutely perfect, extraordinary. In many respects, one of the things that we were all asked to do was to talk a little bit about what we do in our positions, but perhaps more importantly, talk about how we came to that career field. And I can honestly say that there were a lot of folks who walked away saying, I never heard that from my peers before. I didn't know that. And the idea was not only to encourage the youth to get involved in this leadership program, which will take place throughout the entire school year, but also to say, if you're looking for a good career field, there are a lot of great jobs in the public sector, and in particular in local government. And so I think we might have done a pretty good job of doing a little recruiting while we're over there as well. But that was just one of several projects that we are going to start this year. I will tell you that this whole initiative is still very much in its infancy. We did put out two versions of a survey to say, what are your thoughts on how the village of Royal Palm Beach can better support our local schools? A lot of folks say, well, the schools are really a responsibility of the school district. And I said, yes, in a formal sense, and we're delighted to have that leadership. But then there's also the consideration of the fact that the schools are such a critical part of our communities. And so we will do what we can do with an informal connection to those schools. But we thought, well, instead of leaning in on initiatives that we think are good ideas, we ought to be reaching out to the people that know best. And so we thought reaching out to the principals of the schools was exactly the right thing to do with the survey. We got a lot of input. Some of it's all over the map, but they're all good ideas. And we then reached out to the Education Advisory Board as well, and got another set of input. A lot of individual things that are kind of not necessarily easily aligned. And so it's going to take a little work to try to figure out how do we structure some of these efforts to provide the kind of impact that we think we can have. So just some of the key points that we actually took away from these surveys. First was tutoring and mentoring. So important, so important. And the practical side of it is, well, if you give us some money, we'll be able to get more tutoring and mentoring done. Well, we started out with the initiative at strategic planning saying that given the uncertainty with some of the funding, a lot of the funding that we're looking at in the coming years, we did not want to place any funds directly against any particular initiative, and we felt we still could do a lot of real good without actually identifying specific funds to be applied. Interestingly enough, you would think, well, how can you do the tutoring or mentoring without that? Well, one of the suggestions we got in the survey was there are a lot of retired educators in the community, and it's a matter of going out and shaking the bushes and finding them. And I think once a teacher, always a teacher, and so it shouldn't be too hard to motivate them. It's a matter of identifying them and then getting them lined up with the schools that are interested in actually doing some additional training to prepare them to do some of the tutoring and mentoring that is so important and so valuable. Another one that came up was teacher recognition. And there are a lot of different ways we could do that. We could do it through the Education Advisory Board. We could do it at council level. We could do both. Again, some of these ideas need more development than what they currently have at this time, but that's how you get something started. Just because you don't have a dotted I's, crossed T's idea doesn't mean you ought not to be putting it out there and seeing how those that are going to have to implement it and those that hopefully will benefit from it react to it, what they suggest. And so that's one that's in its early stages, but we think there's a lot of possibilities there, and clearly we want to continue to hear from the principals about that. And then I just mentioned the civic engagement program that we that we rolled out at high school level. We think there may be something similar to that we might be able to do on occasion at the middle school level as well. And the program as it's laid out right now is just the backbone of what otherwise could happen. We've talked about everything from shadowing to role-playing, and I think some of these things are incredibly valuable in ways that we can't even imagine. So this is the beginning of something really good, I think. And like I say, the initial reaction was inspiring. It really was. I think. Well, let me finish up with one other thing. The Education Advisory Board's role. I think most everybody agreed pretty much what it is right now, unless we find something, a way that the Education Advisory Board can participate in the teacher recognition portion of this. So other than that, keep doing the great job that you guys are doing. Take that liaison challenge seriously, because at the end of the day, what all of this is about for me anyway, and I think most other people recognize the value of awareness. And one way you understand, become more aware of different groups is by participating with them. And so a lot of these initiatives are designed to do just that, to increase the village awareness of our schools, and then likewise to increase the school, students included, awareness of the village council and village government. The best way to become strong advocates is to be well-informed, and the best way to get well-informed is actually to participate together. So some of these initiatives, like I say, are in the very early stages, but they are designed to provide more interaction, more sharing of information, and better advocacy. Somebody said, get the word out. I heard that earlier. Okay, sometimes when you have a word to put out, it's kind of, we don't have one of those words. We got nothing but celebration going on right now in Royal Palm Beach and all of our schools. And I think the combination of taking some additional initiatives, both in the schools and also in the village, timing is absolutely perfect for that. So that in a nutshell is pretty much where we are at this particular point in time on the Village Council's School Support Initiative. And I'll be glad to answer any questions anybody has. Your support is good.
Thanks for that update, and congratulations.
You were really going to have to get much closer to that mic. I have a hearing problem. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Is it turned on?
Yes. Thank you for the update. And good. Congratulations on your civic leadership program. Are the applications open now, or will this something that will happen during the school year? What is the deadline?
No, the applications are open right now. Do you know the date? I heard the principal say, I thought she said the 20-something of September. I know it's before the end of September, though, that the applications are supposed to be turned in. You don't happen to know? Okay. So before the end of the month.
Okay. And I noticed that they will be required to potentially attend our meetings, at least 2 of them, right? Student must attend 2 Education Advisory Board meetings. So I wonder if we might want to include that in our future agendas, just to recognize the students in the room.
It's a great idea.
Okay.
Yep. And that requirement is one that's flexible. There is a requirement for attending 2 meetings of the Recreation Advisory Board, Education Advisory Board, Planning and Zoning Commission, and the Village Council. But we're open to one of those being online. And again, it's a matter of exposure. I mean, it's amazing things can happen when you have some dialogue, when you have something to have dialogue about. And our village manager, I'm really proud of him. He stepped up to even volunteer to offer an online pre-brief, which is what he does for us. We call it an agenda review before every council meeting. And so any of the students who've applied and been accepted to the program will be offered that opportunity to hear what he tells us as council members about each one of the agenda items before the upcoming council meeting. And that's particularly useful if they're going to show up at that council meeting. They'll really get the whole set of information, and I think it will be even more valuable. So we're excited about it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any old business to discuss? New business? All right. Extend a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
We are adjourned.